In this video, I'll explain in more detail about the brain areas that Zing performance activities target and develop, and how developing these brain regions can be such a powerful way to improve your cognitive performance. Firstly, the types of activities used in Zing performance are designed to stimulate the hindbrain and cerebellum, otherwise known as the subcortical brain regions. The subcortex takes up only 10% of the brain's total volume, but contains roughly 50% of the total neurons in the brain. Many other brain training methods which do not incorporate movement into their programs fail to adequately stimulate these brain regions, and as such are automatically failing to develop roughly 50% of their neurons. The subcortex is so dense in neurons because it performs a critical function in the learning and development of skills. That includes anything from skilled movements to social and emotional skills. First, let's look at how the brain controls skilled movements. When you perform an action, this can be anything from a tennis serve to playing a musical instrument, the first thing that happens is an area of your brain called the motor cortex sends a command to your muscles. At the same time as the command is sent to your muscles, it is also sent to the subcortex. This means that the subcortex is always informed of what our muscles are going to be doing. If our motor cortex produces the command for a tennis serve, the subcortex receives a copy of the command and stores experience of the outcome. So in this case, that's how the serve turned out and how it felt. All your experience is stored in what is called an internal model, which can be thought of as an experience file. Next time you perform a serve, your subcortex uses the experience file to make a prediction about the expected outcome. Once we've developed our experience file, or internal model, we can use it to perfect and hone our skills. Familiar outcomes, which we predict or expect to happen, are processed effortlessly, and any differences from the expected are brought into focus. This makes things easier for our brain, as our minds are focused only on what stands out as different. If the outcome of our serve is better than expected, our subcortex calculates what the difference in movement was that caused that improvement and incorporates it into our internal model. If the serve was worse than expected, the difference is calculated as an error we don't want to happen in future. These errors are stored in what is called the inverse model, which is another type of experience file that represses unwanted movements and fine-tunes our performance. As we build up experience, the inverse model becomes more detailed, gathering information of more and more errors. Eventually, a skill such as a tennis serve or playing an instrument can be performed completely automatically in a skilled and consistent way, as the inverse model will repress all of our most common performance errors. Without this process, skilled movements could never become fully automatic. And without automatic skills, the working memory must consciously plan out our actions and attempt to adjust them in real time. This is highly demanding for your brain and leads to stress and inconsistency. Our brain applies this same fine-tuning process to many other skills like emotional and social skills. For example, we create an internal model of social skills by gathering experience of how a person's voice should sound or what their expression should be like in certain situations. And this allows us to automatically and subconsciously compare what we expect to see with what we are experiencing. As a result, we can detect subtle social signals that may be missed by those with less highly developed brain wiring. Crucially, it may be the case that you are learning and building up experience through practice, but if there is some underdevelopment in the brain, then there might not be efficient connections to the subcortex. This means you cannot make full use of your experience, and your skills will not feel as automatic and instinctive. Zing performance activities are designed to stimulate growth and rewiring of these crucial connections in your brain, allowing you to fully access the potential of your stored experience and improve the accuracy and consistency of your skills.